Hello everyone, let's do a quick assembly and test of the one e-bike rack by Young Outfitter. This holds one e-bike. It's been tested on a radio flyer as well as my electric XP 3.0. The radio flyer is a beast. That's a cargo bike. It's around 80 pounds and really long. Also, this was installed on an Infinity QX80. The electric XP is a regular size 20-inch fat tire e-bike and is shorter in length and weighs about 64 to 65 pounds, I would say. Everything is sped up just for convenience, and you guys don't have to stare at me for 40 minutes doing this as well. So yeah, we're going to put this all together, install it on my QX80, and then later on in the week I'm actually going to take this out on this road trip where I'm going to take it to Pueblo, which is about 200 miles away or so, and I'm going to do a round trip, but I'm staying down there 3 days, 2 nights. And I would take my bike with me, go ride, go hang out, and I'm taking the big boy, the cargo bike, so it's taking a much heavier, a heavier and longer bike down there with me. It's easy to take the electric XP, but I said, let's take the cargo bike. So we're putting together, everything is sped up. Right away, what you notice with it, it's got a lightweight aluminum frame, and but it's very sturdy. It's got a capacity of 100 pounds. Both the bikes are underneath the weight limit. It fits 2-inch receivers, so it makes it compatible with most vehicles. It comes with a 1-year warranty, and they have a support team that can address any issues you had. It was well packaged when I got it. The instructions are very easy to read. I had no problems reading these. What took me the longest part is I wanted to use power tools to do this, and I wasn't prepared as much, and I had to go get the right sockets and stuff, but it wasn't no big deal. That was just me trying to be fast and probably made myself take a little bit longer. We're putting it together. It goes together the same as the 2 e-bike rack by Young, but it's just one rack. So as I said, it's by Young Outfitter. I'll probably have a link in the description, all that good stuff for you guys. I don't need brake lights. I don't need any of that for my vehicle. I have a very large SUV, so it doesn't block any of that type of stuff on my vehicle, so you could still see it. If you had a smaller vehicle, I'm trying to think, like a Nissan Kicks, the little tiny Honda, I think it's a Hyundai Kona, stuff like that. Yeah, you probably need the brake light things like that. But mine's a big old 15 mile to the gallon SUV. What's funny, I don't know what it is, when I'm putting stuff together inside, my dogs, my late dog Bear, and my latest dog, my Frenchie, Max, they always come around, and you won't catch them any other time, but it seems like when the camera's on, they fly around real quick. I always thought that was weird. It's kind of funny too. Anyway, we're putting it together. It takes me a minute. I'm looking at it. You kind of see me doing it in real world time. I pause it here and there, just so you're not looking at me stare at instructions for 5 minutes or so like that. Anyway, let me tell you why I'm putting it together, because I've already tested it. I put everything together. It's just like the last one, the 2 e-bike one. It is very sturdy. It doesn't wobble around at all. I don't have no complaints about it. I mean, to be honest with you, I really like this as a 1 e-bike, so I don't have to take the 2 e-bike rack with me when I'm just taking my bike. We're planning a road trip in June, so we're going to be taking the Young Outfitter 2 e-bike rack with us all the way from here, Denver area, to Minnesota. So that's what we're going to be doing around that time, and we're going to take both our e-bikes. So there was no problems with this. I drove it down there, drove all around. I was exploring everywhere, had my e-bike on the back, no wobble, no nothing. This is very sturdy, the same as the 2 e-bike by Young rack is too. That one was very sturdy as well. I don't have any problems with these products, and I like the ramp. So I didn't have like a sore back or anything like that. So that was really good. As long as I took my time, the ramp works well. It's very easy to put the e-bikes on it. Just remind yourself, take your time and do it. Don't be like me. Sometimes I get impatient, try and push stuff up super fast, and it comes off of the ramp or something. That's not the ramp's problem. That's me being impatient and trying to go too fast. Take your time putting the bikes up there. You're good to go. I didn't have any issues with it, honestly, and it was a little more difficult putting it on because I used a cargo bike. I would later test it. Actually, technically today I did. I didn't take any video of it besides a picture with my electric XP, and of course, just taking my electric XP is so simple. It's a regular size 20-inch fat tire bike. It's easy. I have no doubt that my wife's Rad Power, was it Rad Rover Plus, I think it is. Anyways, the big boy, they don't make it anymore. With the 26-inch fat tires, it's not going to have a problem too, because this is built just the same as the 2 e-bike rack as well. So anyway, we're putting everything together. It's not difficult. I'm just doing it inside, and I'm trying to, try and give you guys a little bit of view of what I'm doing as well, putting everything together. Everything feels good. The quality is very good with this rack. I think young outfitters make a pretty good product here, especially great value for what it is. I think it works well. I think the rack is very nice. Excuse me, not the rack. The rack is nice, but the ramp is very nice as well, and how it can actually be utilized to save your back. And I'm telling you, it's a big deal. I'm 50 years old, about to be. I don't want to tear my back up. I know when I've been lifting on so I know when I've been lifting on e-bikes, to be honest with you, because I'll feel it later. So anyway, when I got down to Pueblo, where I was doing my camping trip to test this at Lake Pueblo, I didn't have my back. I didn't wake up the next day with a sore back or anything like that. So that was actually good. I'm laughing, but it's true. I'm tired of lifting on bikes and putting folding bikes in my vehicle and stuff like that. So leaving my bike not unfolded, and it's got less scratches on it. There you go. Check out how it looks. I think it's a good quality. It's no problem with it. So I did like I put it together. That's me just sitting it on there in my house. It's dark time, so I'm not going to test it outside. This is the next day. Now this is what I really like. How the hitch lock or the hitch bolt, it has a hitch bolt versus one with just a pin that goes through. So if someone wanted to take this, you better have the right sockets, and you better have the time to get it out, because it doesn't just, you can't just pull a pin and yank out one side and be able to pull the rack off. No, it screws in. That's what helps it also keep that stability, so it's not wobbling all over it. So for like my my road bike, my regular bicycle, I have a different rack, and it kind of shakes all over the place when it's in the hitch. These bolts in and screw in, so they're not actually shaking all over the place and stuff like that. So there you go. Put the rack down. We're going to go get the bike and put the bike on. Now, what I learned here, put that down first. Make sure, I always end up forgetting it, leaving the part up that connects to your seat to help with stability. I forget and leave it up. Put it down. Now, we're going to get the bike. And mind you, this is a huge bike I'm putting on here. This is a cargo bike. So this has a weight capacity, the e-bike, of 400 pounds. And it also has one of those under, like a motorcycle kickstand, where it takes the back wheel off the bottom. So this is what I did. I put it on, leaned it over. Now you bring the arm back up that holds the seat on. You connect the seat on to keep it from wobbling all over. So as you can see, we're putting it in. I'm messing with it. This is my first time putting this bike on here. The cargo bike is much more difficult than a regular bike, but I said, let's try with the most difficult bike. If it was the electric XP, and I've already done it with the electric XP, it's even quicker. It's so simple to put it in here. It's no problem. Yeah, so it was no problem. I'm just testing with this big boy. Also, when you're transporting an e-bike, you see the battery sitting in the top of the radio flyer. I would not transport this bike with that battery in there. One, it adds extra weight that I don't need to put on here. Taking that battery out of here drops this from around, I think, 80 some pounds down to low 70s or high 60s. I think it's about 74 pounds for this bike. So pulling the battery probably drops it down to 64, 65 pounds. Plus, you don't want to leave your battery in there. For one, it could easily pop out. What I mean, hitting a bump, not your bike coming off, but the battery could accidentally come out. And it also increases the likelihood of someone trying to steal your battery. Short story about this radio flyer. I got it for $240 from Sierra Trading Company because someone came in and stole the battery to the other one. This one still had the battery, but they didn't have the keys or the charger. So since that was the case, they sold it to me for 50% off of already reduced. So I ended up getting it for $240. I changed the lock in it and ordered a charger for it. So I got like around $1,000 cargo bike at least for $300 with the new charger. So anyway, long story short on that. So we're going to ultimately pull that battery off here just because I don't want it out there, and I also don't want it in the elements either. Mind you, it's still February in Colorado, even though it's almost 70 degrees. It's been a weird year, guys. So anyway, pull the battery out. It also reduces the likelihood of theft. If someone's going by, looking at your bike, and they want to try, and they see there's not even a battery in it, well, it's worthless. This is a paperweight. So anyway, put the straps through. As you've seen my other ones, I'm putting extra straps. These are my personal ones. I just put it on there to help with stability. I've never transported a cargo bike, so that's one of the reasons I'm doing it. But we want to do it with the hardest bike, not my easiest bike. And I'm gonna tell you like this: I took this bike to Pueblo with me, no problems, zero wobble. It was stable. I'd always check it every time I'd get somewhere. That's just the nature when I have anything on the back of my vehicle, whether it's an e-bike rack or it's my pop-up camper in the back. But yeah, it works good. This e-bike rack was also designed in the US of A as well, so that's good to know. They have tons of products. Young Outfitters has lots and lots of products on there. Okay, let's go up to it. It has up to a 50-inch wheelbase and 5-inch tire width. Of course, it uses a 2-hitch. I won't put the prices because prices change on everything, but the price is very affordable if you go on their website. And I'll leave a discount code as well, so you get some money off. So you can, if you decide to get this, it looks good. It kept I didn't even pull off my bag. I left my bag on the whole time. But it looks really good on here. It's really easy. I like how the ramp stores. I like that on the other product. It leaves tons of space, so I don't have to worry about scratching the back. I cannot open my my hatch all the way here either. But mine's an automatic hatch, so I just hold it so it doesn't tap it or anything like that. And then I grab whatever I need out of it. When I get to my camping spot or I'm done for the day, I pull my bike off. So here we are. We're in Pueblo, Colorado now. I'm at Lake Pueblo State Park. We're pulling in. I've been out and about all day, hanging out, cruising around. We're getting here, I think maybe around 4 or so. I know it's starting to get really windy. So now I'm hurrying up. So we're going to park. Like I said, there's zero wobble with this. With a big vehicle, I don't need a brake light stuff and all that on here. But we're in a hurry. So you see me, I'm moving fast, but it's sped up. We got to get this off here. It's getting windy. I want to get this done. I'm going to pull it off, put it under the shelter, out of the rain and stuff, because I'm also doing car camping. So I will be sleeping in my vehicle. So I want full access to my hatchback. So yeah, we're moving. I got my hood up, so that's telling me it must be getting kind of cold out here after about an almost 60 day. But once those clouds come out in Colorado and it is winter, it gets cold. We had a great day. We rode around. It was time to pull the bike off. As you can see, you don't see the battery in there. I didn't travel with the battery in there. I pulled that battery off of there. So we're putting the ramp down. Like I said, the cargo bike is a much bigger bike. So with my other bike, it doesn't need that. You can just pop the ramp in there without lifting the rear tire. It's no problem. It literally doesn't. You don't have to do all that. But I'm going to test it with the hardest bike, and this was the hardest bike this time. If I do another review of a e-bike, I will do it just my regular 20-inch cargo bike. I mean my regular electric XP. But I want to try at least one of these with the hard bike, the big boy. So you take it off, put it up there, and we're going to lock it back in place. And I really like that. It's real simple. It doesn't take nothing to do this. Today, when I actually went to riding in downtown Denver, I took my electric XP. It was so simple, so easy, so painless. I didn't get dirty, didn't scratch at my bike. Everything looked good. Everything worked awesome. So I would recommend the Young Outfitters single hitch e-bike with rack with ramp. Comes with a ramp. It looks good. It works good. I highly recommend it to you guys. I'll leave some links in the description for you. This is Frugal Panda. Thanks for watching. Everyone have a great day. Bye.